The other day, or sometime this month, I was at a hospital, a medical center in central Seattle. And I went because everybody's saying I could be pregnant and, oh, you could have a baby and you just need to calm down and all this stuff. You should have a kid. If you feel like I need to have a kid, you should go get pregnant, have a kid, raise it, do what you need to do to feel happy and stay out of my way, because people are getting in my way, literally trying to ruin my life in every possible avenue, trying to get me pregnant while I'm homeless. So then they can say, oh, but you don't know who the father is, da, da, da. As a teenager, as an adolescent, I was told you're going to be another black statistic. All you're going to do is have babies, and your number one question of the day is going to be, how can I take your order? That's what they're trying to do right now. And that's what they've been trying to do since January 6, 2025. By abducting me in Houston. And then I didn't know that my family was a part of it until later on that year. And now I don't talk to them, and they're trying to get me to talk to them again. But again, I was in the hospital for no reason. I was in the hospital because people were provoking me, rage baiting, and doing all this for a year, for 15 months. 15 months straight. And the first time I respond to it by myself, I didn't harm anyone or myself. I was expressing myself in anger in my room in isolation by myself after I had a phone call with a friend, texted some people, and they said, let it out. They said, let it out. Express yourself. And I did. And then next thing I know, there's cops at the door and all of this, and I go into the hospital, I get sedated, I wake up with bruises all over my body. And going back to the hospital in central Seattle, they asked me, they said, have you had any surgeries that you know about? And I was like, no. And he said, okay, good. But then every time I bite down, men always walk away or say, ouch, and they are in pain. So that makes me think I've been chipped with something that I did not ask for and I do not need. And that is completely unlawful. And I'm sure there will be new laws on that soon. Because all of a sudden, whenever I think something, for example, when I was visiting my Aunt Marcy and Uncle Kevin, when I was visiting Marcy and Kevin, anytime I thought something, they would go in the back and laugh and respond to it as if they heard my thoughts, but I wasn't talking to them. And they were in a whole nother room with the door closed, doing whatever they were doing. But they're brother and sister, so that's none of my business. But I'm the black sheep of the family. I did not know certain things about my family, about my friends that they were hiding. And I'm 25 now. So now that I know the truth, I'm asking these questions. They're getting mad for me asking clarifying questions. I'm not judging anyone. I'm asking clarifying questions. Why do you take pills every day? Why do you fuck your family members? Why? I'm just curious. I don't understand why you're doing these things. And they're like, well, you don't understand it. You have to do it too. No. And for an example, on New Year's, a friend called me, just so happened to call me, which was, now that I know, it's a setup. But just so happened to call me, and we were hanging out and everything. And for a second, he was my friend, and then the next couple of hours, he looked like my cousin. He sat down and kissed me, and then was just looking at me. I was like, you look like my cousin right now. He's like, oh yeah, and we were not drinking. I was inhaling vape and stuff, but I was pretty coherent. And I was like, you look a lot like my cousin right now. He's like, oh, laughed, went into the room, went out, and it was weird. And it seems, and I contacted the Attorney General's office, and they said that is public corruption. And it's beyond felony or something like that, they were saying. But that type of stuff, kissing me as my cousin and knowing that you're in a mask is sick. It's disgusting, knowing that I don't do those things. So the fact that they feel so entitled they're bigots, and they have bias. Because I'm choosing to live my life a way that maybe they feel they wanted to. Maybe they hate me because I live it this way. Maybe they disagree so much that they want me dead. They want to kidnap me and beat me down to where now I have something inside of me to where people are navigating around me as if they know what I'm thinking. And they're always on their phone just looking laughing at things. I'm not even talking to anybody. It's scary. It's terrifying to know that these people think my life is a project, and that they can put stuff inside of me, inject me with things just because I'm what? Just because I'm a threat, because I was doing school. I was doing everything by the book as a woman. I don't understand the effect of their parties. It's it it doesn't make sense. And then I was at a shelter and someone was standing behind me with his hand like this on his phone, and he looked like he could be my nephew, but with a like Asian mask on, because people put masks on and they pretend to be someone else sometimes. But he looked like like could be my nephew. And then he said, "Oh, well," and then this whole thing, and I was just like, weird. He's like, "Oh, I was just practicing being the villain because villains always win." And I was like, "How old are you?" And he had to think about it. He's like, and then someone walked past me. He's like, "Oh, 19. They're coercing children to commit crimes. And then when I did see my nephews, I think it was like last August or July, they kept telling me, kids can't go to jail, kids can't go to jail. And I was asking them, why are you telling me this? And why aren't you pouring your heart out to me like you usually do? They had no answer. But it seemed like they were just interrogating me. And I'm like, why are you asking me these types of questions? You've never talked to me like this. They had no answer. Well, you're just hiding something, and you're not who you say you are, and you're. And I'm like, you guys, I'm showing you who I am. I'm loving you. I don't understand. Everything I bought them, nothing was used. I wasted my money on people that pretended to love me. That will never happen again. What I'm dealing with is serious. I don't think they realize how serious it is. They don't realize it. And that's why every day I'm going to make these videos, because one of my exes told me, dead girls don't fly. If I can't have you, nobody can. You're going to end up homeless without me. You're going to have nothing. Your family's going to choose me over you. And when I set a boundary, I didn't want to be with my ex anymore. I wanted to just be friends. I just wanted to take a step back because it was very toxic. Everything in the order happened. That my ex said, everything in order. And I've been homeless since January 6th, when I was abducted in Houston and taken to the hospital, sedated, woke up with bruises all up and down my body, taken to a psych ward, told, "Oh, we don't know why you're here. We just heard that you had a mental breakdown." And I didn't have a mental breakdown. I was expressing myself for the first time after 15 months of being harassed and my clothes being torn, food being spit in, all of this stuff. For the first time, I'm expressing myself. I'm angry. I'm loud. I don't understand why God did what he did. Like, God, I'm here for this. Why are these people always attacking me? So, yeah.